At 2 o'clock in the morning, and I saw the pictures of the president and the videos of the president being brought onto the aeroplane. As I've said a few times now, you know, I've been on Learjets myself, not to fly with them, but to bring patients off them. They're quite a small aircraft, and you know, they don't have the big flat bed seats or suites or anything like that. And he's an elderly man. You know, if you remember during his presidency, he didn't travel very far. He didn't take grueling 20-hour flights. So subject it to a 21-hour flight with a 5-hour stop in the Middle East. To put him through all of that, he looks tired, he looks exhausted. A few days ago, I launched a petition. And my petition was simply saying, if you guys remember back to the time of COVID, so basically they did this thing where they had these trials online. So you would be on the guys were in the prison and they would have a video system. Why couldn't they do that in this occasion? The president already said he welcomed the ICC, he welcomes the investigation, but he welcomes the investigation in the Philippines. What he didn't want to happen is for him to be dragged 20 hours without any chance of having any kind of appeal process. When you leave the country, you know, to be arrested or something, there has to be a process. You have to be extradited. There has to be a court process. That didn't happen in this case, and that was wrong. I'm not saying that I don't believe that he should explain his role in what happened. I believe that's the case, but the way it was done is not correct. It was like he was kidnapped. It was like he was a thief in the night. And I'm not going to talk about the plane or anything else, but I've read the reports online, and I'm also really saddened. You know, I met President Duterte personally, along with Mo, and there was on that day there was about 100 of us, and I was able to get into the president's inner circle. It was Job who let me stand next door to the president, and on that day I felt an emotional attachment to him. In fact, on that day he greeted me 5 times, shook my hand, spoke to me, asked how I was, how my family was, wished us a Merry Christmas. So people can't say to me now to remain silent. I've lost some very dear friends to me recently, long-time friends, for standing up. I wasn't going to stand up. I had to speak to my wife and we're like, are we going to do this? And she wasn't happy about, obviously, about me being so vocal, but I believe I have to do it. I believe it will be a disservice if I don't stand up and do what I've done. So basically I launched a petition. It now got 63,000 signatures. The only reason why I stopped it is because some Filipinos got confused. Some people thought they had to donate. So what was happening was people were saying to me, you're taking money. Not a penny of that went to me, it went to change.org. So when somebody signs a petition on change.org, they have an opportunity to donate money, $10, but thousands of pounds through that petition were donated to change.org. I haven't got a massive problem with that, but I didn't want Filipinos to have to pay out any more money. And what I also wanted to do was that to go to the ICC. So 3 o'clock in the morning, I sent that electronically to the ICC. And on Sunday, I'm flying to The Hague, Netherlands, and I'm going to be having some events happening that day. And on Monday, I'm going to go to the ICC personally. And people say, why'd you do it? Because I'm going to use my voice. I'm going to physically stand in front of the ICC and say that I'm unhappy. Very kindly, the community there have offered to drive me there. They've offered to print out the petitions, and a lot of people offered to help me to achieve that goal. I'm not doing it for personal interest. I'm doing it because I have a personal connection with the president, and I believe I have to do something. I can't sit him, an 80-year-old man, languishing in a jail, really tired. If you looked at the ICC, I'm sorry I'm taking a long time, but if you looked at the ICC court process, you know, they can't even get his name right. You know, have some respect. Calling him Duterte, you know, constantly calling him Duterte. And then not only that, when they read out the charges, I believe one of the judge said, we'll read that out to him in French. What is the point of reading it out to him in French? He doesn't speak French. You know, give him the opportunity to have the correct people in place, give him the opportunity, and I don't believe he should be there at the moment. You know, some of these trials go on for years, and what I believe is he should have stayed in Davao, and they could have come to Davao, they could have done that bit via video link, and then he could have properly prepared for the case, and he hasn't been given any time. He didn't have any time to spend with his lawyers, and I think that was grossly unfair. And I do agree, you know, he was almost kidnapped, you know, he was forced to go to the ICC, and I don't agree with that. So he's in my prayers. I've spent the last few days writing, campaigning, doing what I'm doing, and I you know, you have my support, and I pray for the president, and thank you all for coming, and thank you also for supporting him. Maraming Salamat for Philippines.
Thank you.